Good morning, everybody. Alright, time for another delivery here. We're on southbound I-15 at the moment, crossing Baseline Avenue exit. Right by where Fontana and Rancho Cucamonga meet up. We're going to be making a delivery to Costco in Mira, Loma. The Costco DC is right off of the 15 and 60 freeways. It won't take very long to get there from here. It's not due for another, I can't check in for another hour, but I can get down in the area and I'm going to stop at the Flying J right around the corner from there and top off my reefer tank, and then probably either I might, I don't know, I could park off site for a little bit and then go check in about 15 minutes before my appointment time, because Costco doesn't want you checking in more than 15 minutes early. I got a 4:45 a.m. delivery time, so I guess now it's, you guys might be wondering how did I end up with a load to Loma when the last you might have known was that I swapped that I was going to be taking a load from Goodyear, Arizona. That was going to Florida itself, but I was taking a load to Tucumcari to swap with another driver who was trying to get home. And his load was going to, actually not Tracy, but Fairfield, California, which is in the Bay Area. But the thing was, when I did the swap with him, I didn't have enough clock left to get to Santa Rosa before my shift ended, so I just bedded down in Tucumcari. And from there, from Tucumcari to Fairfield, it's going to be about a 1,265 mile trip, 1,270 somewhere around there. So, you know, we're averaging 635 miles per shift. Okay, outside of California, that's very doable. Inside California, that's a little bit it's more difficult because the 55 mile an hour truck limit, and I can't do 70 like I can in other states, and in fact I don't even drive the speed that other truckers do here in California. Most truckers here will do like 62, 63, even faster at times. I've been known to do that, but I usually don't. I think I have an ulterior motive to do something like that usually, and I guess this would have been one of those cases, but I don't know, I was going to have roughly a 600 mile trip from, alright, so anyway, when I left Tucumcari, the idea was get the load as far as I can down the road. That way, if I can get the load down to less than 600 miles to go by the time I do my next 10-hour break. Watching this traffic situation develop in front of me, because I had the truck and the car, they just got on, but I had to try to be mindful of both the traffic coming up behind me and the other traffic that was in the lane that I know the truck was going to want into. Anyway, alright, so we're coming up on the 10 freeway now, by the way. Got 2 more exits to go to Highway 60. How many lanes we got closed here? Hopefully this car knows that I'm going to need to move over more than one lane. Alright, so watching him to make sure he doesn't do something stupid like try to pass me on the right when we're coming into a construction zone. Alright, so anyway, I was going to going to have to do about 600 or so miles, even if I did a 660 mile shift, 670, and that's not easy to do in California. At least not if you're trying to drive reasonably close to the speed limit, which I do. And it turned out one of my friends, his name's Daniel Rue, he had a load that he had acquired by swapping with a team. He was under load going to Tracy. I think he was fine to do his own load, but for some reason they wanted him to swap with his team truck that had a load going to Mira, Loma. And he was in Barstow, so he just ended up staying in Barstow, and then he ended up coming up with the idea about us maybe swapping, because I was telling him about how I was concerned about how much difficulty I was going to have getting my load delivered on time. And it was probably doable, but it was going to be higher risk that I might run out of clock before I could get to the at least on the second, on the last leg, before I'd be able to get to the customer. I probably wouldn't have been too far away, but it was going to be higher risk that it would be short, even though probably I could have made it, but it was going to be close, and there was really no margin for error, basically, is what it amounted to. Because if I was going to have to take an extra 10-hour break, I was going to be late. Alright, you got Highway 60 coming up here. We're going to get on eastbound 60 and then get off at the very first exit. So anyway, we were just, I was actually on the phone with him right when I was leaving Tucumcari. We were just chit-chatting, and then he came up with the idea, well, if you want, I'll swap with you. And I can get your load delivered. Because he's from Barstow to Fairfield is only 415 miles, so it's easier to do. And at the same time, I could get his load to Mira, Loma without any difficulty. And even more interesting is I'm down to single digits left on my 70-hour clock right now, and I don't get any recaps back until tomorrow night. So it was a case of, okay, trying to push and get that load delivered. Get that load up to Fairfield myself, and then do a 34-hour reset up there, or deliver his load down here, and possibly pick up a load, or possibly do a 34. I don't know yet. After I'm done here. I don't feel like listening to base station idiots, so let's turn that off. Alright, so the Costco DC is right here in front of me on the right. May or may not find curbside, dirt side parking, whatever you want to call it, right there, but I just figure I'll go to Flying J, get my reefer fuel, and then there's some spots around here where I know I can park, and probably won't have any too much difficulty finding a place to park. Just gotta know where to look. Alright, so here's this very first exit right here. Right here, this driveway I'm passing by is the DC entrance for the Costco. Might have been enough room in front of that truck, but I figured I'll probably go down the street and park on a different street. Okay, we're gonna have 3 right turns to make here. And then to finish that story, I guess. Daniel offered, and then I got in touch with my DM about it, and they looked into it and said, you guys are welcome to do it, because they have to kind of bless it, make sure it's not make sure we're good on both sides. Are okay for are going to be okay for on-time delivery. Waiting on that truck coming up, but it's like okay, normally I use the outer lane, but this is a little more narrow here. I mean, a little bit wider, so it's enough where I can get away with using the inner and hardly touch the adjacent lane. Alright, give me a right turn here on Etiwanda, and then another right turn on Riverside, and then another right turn after that into the Flying J. The Farmer Boys across the street also has truck parking, but I don't really expect that I'll find any there, but you never know. About an hour away from delivery time. This guy's green. I got green right turn now, so I know he can't be going across legally, at least. So yeah, come on out now. I don't want to be having any kind of incidents. I don't want to have something to do with somebody else's. Someone ended up in a hospital or morgue. Hell no. Alright, right here where it says driveway, just turn right into here to get the Flying J. So, anyway, I ended up swapping with Daniel this morning about 1 o'clock. It's currently 3:40. Basically hung out there and chit-chatted with him for about an hour-ish, and then got back out on the road. Alright, there is a line here. Damn, I don't remember having this many fuel lanes here before. Why? It's bad. Not like I've never been here before. Yes, go behind the hotshot driver. That way, there's probably more room for you, even if he goes to the courtesy lane, or she, or I think that's a she. I can't tell. Yeah, you picked a bad spot to try to do a U-turn, truck. But yeah, even if they go to the courtesy lane, because they're not as long, I figured there'd still be enough room for me to get far enough forward to do my reefer fuel. Alright, so anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be reloading today or sometime tomorrow. I don't know. I could end up doing a 34-hour reset because I currently have 734 left on my 70-hour clock, and I think it all coming back tonight. So it's, especially with this early in the daytime, and I'm down to that little amount left. It's not a hell of a lot I can do as far as picking up loads. I can't do anything meaningful with it anyway. So if I can't do anything meaningful with it until tomorrow, regardless, my thought process is probably be best to just reload tomorrow. Do a 34 and then reload tomorrow. I got good recaps coming back tomorrow night, 10:26, and then 10:50, and then 10:03. So those are good recaps, and then 4:40 after that. So at least the very next load, if I were to go into the recaps, then probably wouldn't have much issues there. But like I said, it doesn't do me much good to get out of the area until tomorrow regardless. Why even bother reloading? But that's just my own thought process. I'll leave the option open there for our planners, though. If they I don't know what they have for trucks available versus loads to plan. So If they do need help with something, then I figured I'll make myself available if they need anything. But if they think they have enough trucks to handle all their loads, then I'm gonna just go ahead and probably do a 34 here. So that was another bonus to doing this swap. Was I can do a 34 possibly at home instead of in Lodi, California, or somewhere, somewhere up north. That probably would be Lodi or somewhere else up that way. I don't know. Maybe, or sure as hell don't want to be doing a 34 in Oakland on the street. All right, reefer fuel, $4.27 a gallon here. Expensive. All right, let me set up my fuel purchase. Alright, so this guy's about done. We'll pull forward, get our reefer fuel, and then go find a place to hang out for half an hour-ish, and then go get ready to check in. Pull forward, but I gotta wait on these guys to go by before I can pull all the way forward. A lot of these guys will assume that you're just pulling up for tractor fuel, because not everybody has a reefer tank to fill.
You have 5 hours and 57 minutes of remaining drive time.
A lot of drivers who do have reefer tanks still will get tractor or DEF or something first. Alright, so it turns out a friend of mine who is, I was in the Air Force with, and who's also a trucker now, was in the restroom also, waiting for, I'm going to park in front of this, this closed lane here. I don't have to spend very long here anyway, but when he gets out of the restroom, I'm going to talk to him for a little bit. Yeah, I worked at March Air Force Base with him, and he was a C-141 crew chief. Slide over a little bit more. I'll get out of the way of this truck that's behind me. Now, come on, dude. God damn it. You make up your mind. Fucking pay attention a little bit more, you might have noticed that I was already in the middle of doing this. Not you, that guy. Go for it. Alright, so be right back. Alright guys, all done meeting up with my my friend there. Now my friend's name is Gordon. He was actually the last crew chief to crew the C-141 aircraft that is on display at the March Air Reserve Base Air Museum. He spent a lot of years at Norton Air Force Base in San Bernardino, where our, basically the airport by where our drop yard currently is. It used to be called Norton Air Force Base, but is, actually, you know what? I'm going to PC over.
You have 5 hours and 57 minutes of remaining drive time.
because I would have already been in there if I was allowed in there. Alright. So I guess it won't really matter. Just want to, if I do end up doing a 34, I want to have the opportunity to have it completed earlier. Alright, so anyway, yeah, he was the head crew chief on the aircraft that is on display at March Air Reserve Base. You know, the C-141, if you're not really familiar with it, is recall its nickname is the Starlift, or as we always called it, the Flying Lizard, because it has an air refueling receptacle on the top of it, up above the cockpit or flight deck, that kind of resembles a lizard with that comb thing on its head, or whatever you call it. You know, kind of like like a velociraptor. Anyway, yeah, it's a 4-engine heavy aircraft. I would call it a 4-engine. It's got 4 low bypass turbofan engines and narrow body fuselage. And going high wing. It's parked right out front. You can see it right off of Interstate 215. But yeah, he retired in 2010, about 5 years before I did, and yeah, he also got into trucking. He works for a company based in Riverside, and man, he just, I guess, just power only Amazon stuff now. So yeah, I just happened to run into him in the restroom. He was waiting for a stall, and it just so happened when I walked out, of the stall I was using. I hear him calling my name, like, "Hey, what's up?" It's just kind of interesting when that kind of stuff happens. Alright, there's going to be a left turn right up the road. It's just about 4:30, so right at about the time when I can actually check in. I mean, I probably could have gotten on the lot a little sooner, but they were just going to end up telling me to... I knew they were going to tell me just go park at staging and then check back in when it's time. So I was like, well, there's no point. I can just park out of the way, and it's literally right down the street anyway. I don't see a crowd of trucks trying to come in here. I saw a car over here, but interesting. What are you doing, car? Pull that shit. I'll go coming up on the left side, right into the left turn lane while half the time you see trucks out here, you know what's going on here. Alright, we got both these 2 lanes open over here. A lot of times drivers tend to congregate into the left lane, the lane closest to the guard shack, whatever. It just cracks me up how that always happens. That people don't want to get out of their truck or don't know that they can use more than one lane. Alright, so a lot of times what they do is they'll have us line up over there and then check in, but they don't have the canopy set up there, I noticed. So, or no, yeah, actually they do. So they're gonna probably tell me to just go over there and check in. It's usually what happens. They tell me to pull in over there, check in at the canopy, and then they'll give me a door assignment there. Alright guys, so just check in with him this time. Like I said, a lot of times they'll tell me to check in over here on foot, but this time is a different situation. Yeah, you get a beeper, And he told me to dock in at door 531, which is going to be right over here on this building right here to my right. When they're done unloading you, and they are fast here. Watch that. Okay, they're walking. Make sure he knows that I see him, and we'll kind of wait for him to go by. These are all 580s over here, so that's what I figured. Usually when I do come over here, I usually dock further down. I think in that same range as this one here. Alright, I can set up a straight back or a U-turn type setup. I don't remember there's quite enough room for a straight back, but it's real close. What are you doing, dude? Alright, I see another JCT over here as well. Alright, so yeah, I'm assuming 531 is down there by where that guy is going across the lane right now, based on past experience. They're actually on the other side of him, I think. What do we got here? 3774. Turn my headlights off so I'm not shining, blinding him while he's trying to see what he's doing. R.E. Garrison. Okay, while he's backing in, I can go ahead and open my doors. And alright, guys, I don't necessarily go by first. Wasn't sure which direction he was gonna go. Alright, this is 537, so 531 is gonna be real close to where these guys are all at. It's gonna be in between a couple of these. Yeah, there's not enough room here for a full straight back, so actually 531 is the one this Smith guy just pulled out of, so or no, he might have been 530, so I do U-turn style. Okay, as soon as the front of that Freightliner shows up, back it, max right, turn, max turn. I think that was still a little bit late. I should have showed a little bit more of that Freightliner. Might have started my turn a little bit, my setup turn a little bit too soon or something. It's one of the only complications you'll really ever have with this kind of setup. Move a little bit more to the left. I'm not really seeing anything on that side, so just to be sure. It doesn't have to necessarily be perfect, but I want to make sure that the dock plate will be able to go across all the way across, so that's the main concern I have. if I'm off center, there's a better, at least there's an increased chance that the dock plate won't make it across, because the one side or other, the other of the trailer will interfere. Okay, off duty here, and I gotta send my arrival info still. All right, so yeah, Costco is notoriously pretty quick. This guy's obviously gonna dock in next to me. Notoriously, they're only only about an hour and a half at most normally before your buzzer's going back off saying get the hell out of my dock door, it's time to leave. And it's really fast, the whole process how it works too. I'll have to go around. I see another JCT over there. There. Oh, and another JCT right here getting ready to. It looks like he's coming into dock as well. Alright, so lots of more footage for you guys here when it's time to dock out, alright? We'll see but just stay tuned for more. Alright guys, we're all done here. Typical Costco fashion, barely over an hour in the dock door before it's buzzing me to leave, so I'll pull forward, double check there's nothing in there. It should be fine, but this regular habit I have, just double check anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, a little chilly, but even though it's 72 degrees out here, I'm gonna go ahead and send my empty call in. Alright, now let's head through the gate, or the guard shaft,
You
whatever.
have 5 hours and 57 minutes of remaining drive time.
Empty, personal use. Wait on this truck to go by first, and then I can. A lot of activity here, so let's get out here while we have a chance. Okay, so we're going to turn this way where Swift is at now, and basically work our way over to the exit row. And to see if my trailer doors are still open, because they'll inspect the trailer when I get up there, and then I'll close the doors when I get past the guard shaft. Yeah, let's say I can go this way. There's a sign right here even saying exit 2 lanes, keep left. I'm ready for a restroom break, so I'm gonna probably go straight over to Flying J again, just at least briefly. After I get out of here. pretty busy line here trying to get out of here. There should be two lines over here, so oh, I know they don't have it closed. Well, why is nobody using it? Morning.
Morning. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Have a good day. Alright, that's how convenient this is. Again, why are they only using one side? Come up and okay. We'll go ahead and get out of here and win this. This guy's, I don't know what. He's going too slow. I was gonna wait for him since he'd already started to move, but he's taking too long. So anyway, that's it for this one. You see here in typical Costco fashion, it's pretty quick. It's barely 6 a.m. right now, and it took me seemingly as long just to get out of the place after I docked out as it didn't even get in there and get unloaded. So Nice and fast. I like it. That's why a lot of us drivers love Costco. We think they're the gold standard for food service type of deliveries. Alright, that's all I have. Don't know what's coming up next. I don't know if I'll be reloading later today or tomorrow. I would be making a bet on it being tomorrow though, because there's not much I can do with 7 hours. So we'll see how it goes. I'll have something else for you guys coming in the near future. Just don't know what yet. So we'll see you guys then. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.